Let's go and have a look.
I am in a small village called Střehom in Czech Republic, and this is the Watermill. It's beautiful. You can see it with your own eyes or through my lens. It's old, more than 500 years. It was established around 1513. It's a movie star. It was in a famous Czech movie fairy tale loved by audiences around the country called There Are No Jokes with the Devils. And it has its own postal stamp. Just freaking unbelievable. How can a little house like this have its own postal stamp? If you are living in Buckingham Palace or in some presidential palace, that's no big deal to have its own stamp. But a little building like this, unbelievable. And this is the famous stamp. It was issued in 2021, 20 years ago. So what would you feel if your house was on a stamp? I know how I would feel. I would be jumping up and down from joy. And here around the mill you can see some of the posters, unfortunately only in Czech language, about the movie that was shot there. And if you zoom in, on the top of the wheel there is a poor guy sitting 24/7, no European Union labor laws applicable. It was one of the characters in the movie. And if you want to know how the mill worked, basically the water was turning the wheel and the wheel in turn was turning the mechanism inside the house, the stones, and they were grounding wheat and rye, most likely. The mill was functional until 1952 or 1953 and now is just a residential house. It's not functional, but the owner lets the wheel turn from time to time. And since the village is small, I think only 19 people were registered to live there 10 years ago, and it has not changed since, I bet. I walked around and this is what I came across. Men at work, fishery, fun to watch. Of course I asked them before shooting this little video if I can film them, and the supervisor, I assume it was a supervisor since he was leaning against the concrete structure there and watching the people work, doing nothing, said if you get a written permission from each of the people here, then go ahead. And all of them, including me, had a big laugh. So I started shooting. It's of course always enjoyable to watch other people work while you don't have to do anything. And it was fun to watch. All that fish that you can see is carp. And I guess they were preparing for the Christmas rush. Basically, every family has, in addition to other meals or other meats, fish, specifically carp, on Christmas Eve table. And it's basically a law that you must eat fish once a year on Christmas Eve in Czech Republic. So that was pretty good fun. Very, very, very nice fish they had there. And as I said, it's a small village with 19 residents, actually with 19 residents and something like 26 houses, not of them occupied year around nowadays. And that's probably it. The folks who work there, I doubt that they all lived in the village. But as I said, it was really fun to watch the fish and other people work. This is it for today, the end of this little video. I hope you had as much fun as I did, and thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye bye.